What is today? Today is May 15th. It's a big day for some. Welcome to your next 24. You know, I literally laughed out loud when I pulled these cards this morning. They are not really about me at all, but I'm going to trust there's someone out there that needs to hear this, that really needs to hear this. And I also trust that you'll find these readings when you are meant to find them. Meaning the intention of this channel has always been the same, and that's how to best use the energy of the next 24 hours in this new normal, giving you prompts to consider, meditate on, see how they show up in your life in the next 24. This 24, though, is fluid, right? Time is not necessarily attached to a wall on a clock. So this is a love story. I'm feeling that strongly. And it's for anyone who has maybe some relationship questions on the brain. You'll know pretty quickly. I'm going to go through the cards, all the lines initially, and then go back and parse each one if this applies to you. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the bottom of the deck first, because this fell out of the deck at the very beginning before I started shuffling, and then it came out at the bottom of the deck. So the Ace of Cups, the spark, the beginning of a new emotional start. And you can see in this, it's actually really interesting. This Ace of Cups, and you'll see why in a moment. We have this man and woman joining together. Gender, again, is not fixed here, but it's the beginning of a new emotional start. It often signifies the beginning of a new relationship, a romantic relationship. But this is reversed. And when it comes up reversed in my deck, it really means that tears have been shed over a relationship. And look how that is echoed, that same individual coming down from the heavens. But in this case, it's a serpent, and this is the devil. And this is our first card. So this was a strong attachment that could have turned from, this wonderful feeling of excitement and newness to oppression, quite frankly. This is likely someone you are considered. This is not new. This is someone from your past. Six of Cups. This is someone you may have known for quite some time, and not at all surprising to see this card in Venus retrograde. We are fully in retrograde now, out of the shadow. And the Lovers. Look at this Lovers card. This woman is, again, the Lovers was originally called the Choice. So it's often about choices around love, choices we make in relationships. But I love this image. Like they are a couple very clearly, but she's looking up off into somewhere land and not really present in this union. So she has made a choice, it seems, and is maybe considering it. He's looking at her like sideways, like what's going on? Hey. So we're going to keep going, as I said. Seven of Swords reversed, because there was a truth that was hidden at one point. Seven of Swords is about getting away with it, right? This guy's making off with the case of whatever that is. I'm going to assume a treasure from the village behind. He's looking over his shoulder. It's a tricky energy, an energy of getting away with something, but that's reversed. So it's as though a secret has come to light. Next to the King of Wands, he is it. I always think this is an interesting, I'm not 100% sure which one is the King of Wands. I mean, I'm assuming the kingly looking guy, but that's really not the energy of the King of Wands. He is, to me, the dynamo, the guy who has all the confidence in the world, and you're not really sure where it's coming from. Maybe his personality is just not showing in this card, but he's the king of fire. He is the king of action. He is mastered that which is everything that is dynamic about fire, or the way he moves. King of Wands, it can be fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, gender doesn't necessarily have to apply, but this is an attractive individual. Echoed by the Five of Cups with the Ace of Cups reversed, we have the Five of Cups reversed. Now, this has gone from not looking on the bright side, just focusing on that which is lost, the Three of Cups reversed, and not seeing this Two of Cups, which is possible, perfect union, waiting to be filled. We're just focusing on the negative, to like a complete distortion. And oftentimes, again, to me, this is where it's not just about a bad perspective. I'm actually shedding tears now at this point. You know, the person I'm reading for it is actually reached a breaking point, quite upset. But it also promises its darkest before the dawn. Because this person hasn't been communicating. Knight of Swords is about, you know, in this case, this card is showing kind of like slaying someone with their words is the way I literally see it. But there has been no communication. Swords, air, words, thoughts, actions. Or not really actions, but words, thoughts. So Knight of Swords, typically upright. I would ask, you know, have you been looking at someone's social media? Are you using your words carelessly? In this case, the energy is blocked. There are no words. There hasn't been communication with this individual because it wasn't working. Three of Pentacles reversed. Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. This image shows this master, looks like toy maker, making a dragonfly for these two children. And they're eagerly watching. It's about apprenticeship, learning a craft, working together as a team. Often seen as like a cornerstone, and the cornerstone was broken in this relationship because it looks like someone didn't want to wear the pants anymore. King of Swords reversed. King of Swords he's, you know, I guess I really do like this image of the King of Swords. Nice Birkenstocks. He is he's typically seen as a pretty harsh individual. Can often represent the law, legal opinions, the final word, whether it be an attorney, a legal situation. When you see it next to justice, usually does represent a legal situation. But I love this King of Swords because it shows that sword, that master of thought. He's actually using it, right? He's really considering which way he should swing the sword. Now it's reversed, and someone was sick of wearing the pants. Someone was sick of having to take that stance of maybe directing the situation. So again, I promise that I wanted to quickly parse and explain why I feel this is very strongly a story of a relationship. So again, not necessarily my story or anything that I feel like applies to me today, but it's meant for whomever comes across this video. So let's take it from the start. And we're just gonna basically focus on what are the questions, if this rings true for you, if this story rings true for you, what are the questions you can work with? What are the energies that you can work with to maybe resolve what seems like a very unresolved situation? So we have the devil energy. Again, those energies which oppress us, which bind us, which restrict us. In what ways, and again, this is a past decision, lovers, what past decisions have you made which really make you feel as though you have been locked into a certain path? Are you in a relationship that is not satisfying you, that you are actually considering moving out of because of maybe some of the energies I spoke of earlier? Or are you waiting for someone to return? I feel like that's the energy of this first line. And if that's the case, are you considering these things because of a habit of being in this energy, of wanting to leave, of hoping they'll return? Or is it real, honestly? The devil, this is not about, I don't see the Two of Cups here. I don't see like this great connection. I see this energy which actually is restricting you. So in what ways are decisions of our past, specifically around romantic relationships, restricting us and the ways we move forward? Because it looks as though there was a truth that was revealed. Seven of Swords reversed again. Something came to light maybe that it was never intended to. This person, though, is still attractive to you. Again, gender does not necessarily matter here at all. This is still an attractive energy to you, a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And you've cried a lot of tears, quite frankly. This has been emotionally exhausting, and it's though you don't really care how you move. You just want to move out of this energy. So how do you? Well, it's not necessarily through communication. Knight of Swords is reversed as saying you're not going to talk or think your way out of this. Three of Pentacles reversed is saying you're not going to, busy yourself and distract yourself out of this. And the King of Swords is really saying, and it's not logical, like the way you're feeling, you're fully aware that it doesn't necessarily follow logic at all, that this person is still attractive to you. So don't follow the head. And in this case, follow the heart. And the heart needs to grieve. This is actually one of those really icky sayings come true. What you love, set free. If it returns to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was, is really what I'm seeing in this cards. Notice all these reversals too, right? In the last row, these are all the things that haven't worked and won't work. The talking, the maybe therapy, the working through things, the sharing assets. Maybe if we buy a home, it'll get better. Maybe if we have kids, it'll get better. No, there's real grief here. There's real sadness because of something that's come to life. And if you feel restricted by this connection, is there a possibility to get back to that state of innocence, that state of pure connection, that state of where the kind of happiness that is the same kind of happiness that you have as a child when you're playing outside with your best friend? Is it possible to get back there? And it seems like the only path back there, if you want this connection to continue, is to kind of let those tears flow. Let the emotional release happen. Because there are 2 cups waiting to be filled. You just need to have a good cry today. Again, this is not going to resonate with everyone. I'd say on a macro level, outside of a romantic relationship, in a lot of ways it does apply, right? We've been through it. We've lost a tremendous number of people. I don't think there's anyone who hasn't been touched at this point by this virus. You either have been directly affected or you know someone who's been directly affected. The numbers keep clocking up, and I think this is saying today, if this is not this romantic reading is not resonating with you, I would imagine maybe the idea of needing to grieve, to move through this energy of nostalgia, quite frankly. I actually was dreaming about my old neighborhood this morning when I woke up. The things I used to do, going on walks, talking to people, seeing crowded streets in New York City. Just let the tears come today that we've lost many weeks of that, and we may still yet. That's the only way through it. You're not going to think your way through it. You're not going to distract yourself through it. You're definitely not going to get to make decisions which change the reality of the situation. You're gonna have to feel it. So find somewhere safe, talk to someone if you need to, reach out to a friend, therapist, whatever you need to do to actually sort through these emotions, because they are oppressive. Ooh, there I am parsing this reading in real time. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by. Know you're loved, and I will talk to you soon.